Hey girls, it's Riley here, and I am in my backyard, but I wanted to share a really fun video with you really quickly on how I have adapted my parties. Online parties just aren't working for me anymore. The way that Facebook's rules are and things like that, I am just not finding the sales that I know that I have the capability of getting. So what I have started to do is in-home catalog parties. What this is me bringing a bunch of women together in a house, and I have every product on hand, but not everybody does. So when I'm going through how I do these parties, it's okay if you don't have the products on hand, all right? And I'm going to talk about how you can go about that if you don't have products on hand, because you can still have a party. Now, you need catalogs for these parties because every single guest at the party is going to get a catalog. And I have my in-home party catalog copy right here, and it has all my notes in it, and this is what I hold at my party. So the way that I work out parties is I decide to do the in-home party. I create an event online for my hostess, and she invites all of her friends to that party. Then whoever accepts, I personally message them and tell them how excited I am for them to come, and I add them on Facebook. I also post about every 2 days leading up to the party, and talk about a couple different products and get them excited, talk about giveaways and things that I'm giving. Sorry, I have an itch. And things I'm giving away, just to excite them and get them ready and pumped for this party. So once I get to the party, here's how it goes. I do a little teeny display setup. I used to do big ones, no more. I've got a purple towel, not a towel, don't bring a towel. I have purple tablecloth, and I use one of their tables that they have so that I don't have to bring one. I don't put the products out. All I do is pass them around at the party. I don't display them anymore. I put some catalogs. I usually set up the current presenters kit so that people can see it in person, since I do have all those products. But if not, just put some catalogs on there, a little, cup with some pens in them, and just tell everybody to grab one, and that's all you need. All right, have the hostess provide refreshments, and I'm going to get started as of how I would start a party. So I'm going to come on in, and I'm going to welcome myself, thank everybody for coming, and I'm going to have every single person open their catalog and look at their catalog. This is going to be something that we're going to be using tonight, is what I'm going to tell them. And I'm going to let them know that I want to start off with a little game. Alright, so everybody, I'm going to have everybody put their catalog down. And ladies, I'm just going to run this like I'm going to run a party, okay? Just a quick version, obviously. So my first thing I do is I play an icebreaker game, because I love icebreakers. I have a piece of thread, or a big, thing of thread. I pass it around, and I tell everybody to take as much as they need. I give them scissors, and they cut off whatever amount they need. If they say, well, what do you mean? What do I need it for? Say, I don't know, just as much as you need. And it's so funny, because one little neighbor will take a piece this big, another neighbor will take, huge, like yards and yards and yards of it, and after every single person takes it, and I'm going to take a pretty big piece too, and I'm going to start, and I'm going to say, everybody that took a piece of thread, you have to wrap it around your finger, and you have to talk about yourself and tell us about yourself until you're done. And you can't go like this. You've got to do it slow. So if they grab yards and yards, they're going to be talking about themselves forever. And it's just a really funny way to introduce everybody. You want to grab a pretty big piece so that you can, say, hey, I'm Riley, I'm with Unique, love this company, been in it, I'm engaged to get married, blah, blah, blah. All right? That's how we start off. Then we start going into the catalog. So I go through every single page in my catalog, and I'm not going to go through every page with you guys today. If you have questions, you can always ask me, but I open the front page, and it's very important to talk about Melanie and Derek, okay, because they are the basis of this business. You want to talk about how much they inspire you, how much they mean to you, and how awesome they are. Once you're done with that, you want to flip to the next page, and you're going to want to just really lightly hint on these hostess rewards, okay? Barely lightly, just say these are the hostess rewards, they're awesome incentives, because on the back of the catalog, at the very end, that's when you're going to go into depth about the hostess rewards. Next is the kit. This is huge. You really, really want to talk about the kit, because you want to let them know, hey, if any of you are going through this and decide tonight you would rather get this, which is $99 with $216 for the product, then you can most certainly do that, because you get over 50% off. Alright, I skipped this first page because these are just the new products, and they are all spotlighted in the rest of the catalog. Alright, once I talk about that a little bit, I've got a game that I do while going through the catalog, and it's called my purse game. My purse game is really fun. It is, you get points towards things you have in your purse. So the first one I'm going to ask is, all right, ladies, who has a credit card in their purse? And everybody's going to pull out a credit card. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, Unique is awesome. They take this, 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 and this credit card. And this is how you can pay tonight, blah, 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 blah. So you talk about how they can pay, how they can do it. Whoever had a credit card gets either a couple points or they get like a $5 off coupon or whatever you want it to be. I usually do it, the person with the most points at the end of the game wins a, you know, $10 off or something, their order, whatever that may be. So once we do that, we go into the skin and we talk about all the products, and I'm going to fast forward through this because, you know, you can look up all of your product things and all stuff like that. My next location is the face, and each time I hit a new area in the catalog is when I do another purse thing. This one is find a receipt from a store. So everybody's going to dig in their bag for a receipt from a store, and then I say, okay, ladies, I want you to look really closely at your receipt. Really, really closely. And I want you to see if on the bottom of your receipt, if you get to go back shopping next time and you get to use a couple 50% off coupons and you get cash towards your next purchase. Does anybody see that? And it's just silence. And they're like, no, I don't see that. And that's how I talk to them about, okay, well, if you shop with Unique and you bring your friends to Unique, well, you get those half price off points and you get that white cash towards your, you know, different things. So why would you buy makeup from somewhere else when if you buy it from us, you can get a ton of free stuff for doing that? So that's how I put that one in. And then I go, you know, keep going along. I have also starred my favorite, like BB cream is one of my favorites, and I have about 4 favorites, and I really emphasize those and make sure that they know that they're your favorites. And as I'm going through these, I'm passing around all the different products for them to sample, and it's really nice to go in this order because it goes in their hand very nicely. If you don't have all the products, that's fine. Just talk about them and, you know, just go through them, and whatever products you do have, they can sample. All right, you're going to keep on going through. If you have any tips or tricks on how to use any of the products, also let them know that. Next column is eyes. This one is a pain reliever. So everybody in the party, if you have a pain reliever like an aspirin or an Excedrin, Tylenol, get it out of your purse and hold it up. All right? You get 10 points for that pain reliever. How many of you think it's pain to do a party at home, right? Everybody thinks it's a pain. You gotta clean your house, you gotta buy food for the refreshments, blah, blah, blah. Well, let me show you how easy it is. All right, so if any of you want to, you know, book a party tonight, you're gonna get a gift for booking a party, and your hostess is gonna get a gift from me for booking a party too. Now, ladies, you don't have to give away gifts if you don't want to. That's just what I do. But, you know, talk about it. Say, okay, this is, you can even do it online at home in your PJs, whatever you wanna do. Let them know that it is very capable for them to be able to do it. All right, I'm gonna fast forward. And once I get to my lashes, that's my intermission. So I have a little break from the catalog. I say, okay, ladies, you know, we're gonna sit down our catalog, and we're just going to take a break for a second. And we are going to talk about the deals. So on my next page, I have written right here, intermission, deals, and balloon. And I'll talk about what that means. Intermission just means we're not going to get up and go eat. You know, if people need to go to the bathroom and get a drink, that's fine. They can get up then. But I'm going to talk about the deals we have. So this is when I'm really going to hit the sweet spot with that kudos. I'm going to talk about the kudos that we have this month and how it can help them, you know, towards their future purchases. I'm really going to emphasize that. I also, at all my parties, if somebody spends $100 or more, I have this big bucket with the tons of eyeliners and pigments and lip glosses in there. They can pick one of those out of the bucket if they decide to book a party, which is really exciting because it's only $100, and that way I get almost every single person there to spend at least $100, which is phenomenal. And ladies, it is worth it. You know, because you just want that PRS for more contacts. It's not always about the commission when you're trying to build a big business. All right, next game is our balloon game, and oh my gosh, this one is amazing. All right, so you're gonna go on Word, and you're gonna print off a ton of little teeny slips, like $5 off, or $10 off, or you know, a free half price item if you have a ton booked up, whatever it is. You're gonna print that off, cut it out, stick it in an unblown balloon. and keep it deflated. You're going to put a ton of those deflated balloons into a basket and go around and tell everybody that they have tons of different prizes in them. And then you're going to say, all right, ladies, each one of your balloon has some sort of prize in it. Some are bigger, some are smaller, but they all have some sort of prize in there. Whoever blows up their balloon the fastest, ties it, sits on it, and pops it, gets their prize first. And this is really exciting because we have just done all this catalog stuff. People are, you know, like, oh, I'm catalog. This makes it fun. It's hilarious. They all, you know, and they're tying their balloon and they're sitting on it and popping it, and it's just crazy. And you know, it's not a big gift. It's like $5 off or whatever usually that they end up getting, and it's just a really fun way for them to feel special and like they got something. Once we come back from intermission is when I go in and I'm like, all right, it's another purse item, and this one's a checkbook. If anybody has a checkbook, they get 10 extra points. And I say something like, are you happy with your checkbook? You know, are you just getting by with your income, or are you super happy about your income? And that's kind of when you can put a pitch in about recruiting. Well, this company has blessed my life by this, and this, and I love, you know, being able to share all my experiences, blah, 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 blah. Whatever you think about the company, that's what you can say about it. All right, I'm going to keep on flipping forward. Next one, now after we've gone through all of that, next one is tools. I've got another purse item. This one's a watch, and a watch can be a watch on their phone, but only if they say, can it be my phone watch? You can't say, oh, it can be your phone watch, because then everybody's going to get points. So they have to be able to say that, and they're the only ones that'll get those points. Then for the watch, you can say, would you love to set your own hours for work? Like, wouldn't it be so cool to say, okay, well, I want to sleep until noon today, and then I want to work, you know, till like 7 p.m., and that's all I want to do, and then I want to cook dinner, and I want to watch TV, and that'll be it. That's kind of how you can put a pitch in about how easy this business can be, you know, if you're just doing it for some extra cash during the month. Then I'm going to keep on flipping through, go through all the tools, things like that. Now I am done with my purse things. My last one's collections, and I really emphasize collections. And I say, okay, ladies, you can get, you know, 20 to 25% off of a lot of these collections, and I tell them that that's what most presenters get off. And I really emphasize which ones are my favorite, and all this, you know, fun stuff about the collections. Go through all the collections. And then my very last page is the hostess rewards. And this is when I talk about the hostess rewards. And like I said, everybody that books a party that night will get a prize from me. And so will the hostess. So what I do is I print off little coupons. And I do a half price item, an extra half price item if they book a party. And I just say, hey, everybody that books a party tonight is going to get a prize. All right? You excited? And I go around the room and I say, okay, if you are going to book a party tonight, get it in your calendar, get it scheduled, and, you know, you can't cancel, you've got to do this. You can pick one of these out, and if you don't want to, then that's fine. Just say pass. And I go around the room with my little bucket, and of course everybody wants the prize, and if they don't, that's completely fine. People that want the prize take it, they get that half price item, and then I also give that hostess of that night, say 6 girls book a party that night, then the hostess gets 6 coupons towards gifts. And as long as each one of those hostess that picked out of the basket follows through with her party and has a minimum of 5 people come, they get the prize, and so does the hostess. But I don't hand out the prizes until that happens, okay? Because you never know if somebody's gonna flake. Last but not least, what I do when I'm going through the product is I tell these girls, I give them all a pen, and I say, okay, while we're going through these products, 1 star means, yeah, it's kind of sort of like it, maybe one day. 2 stars means I really think I like this. I can maybe add this to my makeup. 3 stars means can't live without it, gotta buy it tonight. What this is gonna do is when they go back through, they're gonna realize how much things they loved and thought that would be awesome for them. So, you know, they're going to have all those stars in their books, and then what you can do is you can figure out a collection that would work best for them. Or, you know, a fun little thing. And remember, if you order $100, you get to pick out of my basket, blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of what I do for home parties. Try to make them fun. Try to make them exciting. Home parties are going to get you a lot of customers and presenters. They are just phenomenal. My home parties usually hit around $800 to $1,000 with unique, especially if about 10 girls come. Easy peasy. So they're a lot less work than an online party, and they are just a blast. So I encourage every single one of you, if you haven't done an in-home party, I don't care if you just have the kit, okay? Get a catalog, do this. You don't have to have the products to do a party, all right? And, you know, challenge yourself to do an in-home party and get that scheduled. Find a family member that'll do it for you. Get a bunch of girls together. You know, if you drink, bring wine, whatever, or just bring some cookies, things like that, and it's just a blast. And I hope every single one of you might have learned something from this, and I hope that it's helpful for you in your future parties. I wish you all the best of luck.